What are you doing? Oh, didn't see you there. Going for a quick trip? A.T.G.A.T.T.
What's that?
A.T.G.A.T.T. Literally 2 seconds down the road.
A.T.G.A.T.T.
You made a sign?
A.T.G.A.T.T.
Where did you get the road? I'm not even going to be going that. Alright, I'll put the gear on. What is up, guys? I am Matt. This is MotoWorks, and we're just going to talk about all the gear all the time, or A.T.G.A.T.T. It's something that people like to joke about and say that there are those certain folks that preach all the gear all the time, and well, I'm one of those folks that is a firm believer in having that gear on because it's going to keep you safer on the motorcycle. One of the funniest things to me is anytime I've asked somebody a question of, if you ride your motorcycle, what's the likelihood that you might get in a crash? Now, for my instructor friends, they'll say, I'm not going to get in a crash because I have good training and good skills. But for most other friends that I talk to and I ask this question, students, new riders, things like that, I ask this question and they say, it's not if you go down, it's when you go down. And to me, that's just funny to hear because they're literally saying, I'm going to throw my leg over this bike and there is a strong possibility that I could crash my motorcycle today. But I'm not going to wear my gear in spite of that, or whatever the reason is. Obviously, they're not saying that, but pretty much they have this mentality that they're going to throw a leg over that bike and they're going to crash that day. But they still don't put all the gear on to protect themselves from this inevitable crash that's going to happen, which to me is just, it's just a funny way to, I think I'm going to crash, but I'm not going to put the gear on to, deal with that crash. Doesn't make sense to me. I haven't been able to figure this one out. If you guys can figure it out, drop a comment below. But, so that's the one thing that I constantly struggle with when I tell people that they need to wear all that gear all the time. People think that the gear is, too hot in the summertime or too thick and doesn't give them good control in the wintertime because they have to be bundled up so tightly with that gear on. And I'm here to say that in the summertime, gear is actually designed to keep you cooler than without gear. Now think about it in these terms. When you get out of a nice hot shower, before you towel off, you feel really cold, right? That's because that's the water that's sitting on your skin is pulling the heat from your body. And until you actually towel off all the water, you feel that cold sensation. And that's what's happening is that water is actually absorbing your body's heat. Sweat does the same exact thing, but it only does it while the sweat's there. As soon as you towel off in a shower, you wipe that away and immediately or pretty soon after you start to feel warm, like you're warming up again. And it's because that water on your skin isn't pulling the heat from your body anymore. Problem is if you wear a t-shirt when you're riding a motorcycle on a very hot day, you're sweating, but since you're riding the bike, the sweat is evaporating almost immediately. That's a problem because it's not able to actually pull the heat from your body. Good gear is designed to keep that sweat on you and evaporate slowly so it's able to pull that heat from your body. So yeah, maybe uncomfortable sitting in traffic with gear on. When you're actually riding though, your body temperature is going to be slightly cooler than if you just had a t-shirt on riding down the road. So it may feel like gear is hotter, but it's actually in turn keeping your body temperature a little bit cooler when you're out there riding. Also, the obvious on a hot sunny day is it's going to keep you from getting sunburnt on your exposed skin. And gear has gotten a lot better since, the early days of riding. Materials have become lighter, they've become thinner, the insulation that we are able to get out of a thin layer of insulation has vastly improved. Wind protection has definitely improved. We're able to actually block out the wind, which is really the reason why you get cold, is that wind just kind of breaks through those barriers, and once it does that, then it's just a cold, miserable ride. Heated clothing has become smaller and more compact, so you're able to not have these bulky gloves on like you would have in the past that had these large heating elements. So even cold weather riding with good gear on isn't going to be this issue where you have these big bulky gloves and they jeopardize your controls on the levers. So that's no longer an excuse. It's, you know, you're not going to have bulky gear in the winter, and you're not going to have this extremely hot gear in the summertime. The other things, you know, other reasons why I highly recommend putting gear on is it's going to give you confidence. It is. You feel like you're putting a suit of armor on, because good gear, you know, if you get really good motorcycle specific gear, it's going to have padding for your shoulders, for your elbows, knees, hips, things like that, to keep you protected in the event that you do go down, because again, it's not if, it's when, right? Which is another thing that, for me, I just can't stand that statement. But, you know, if you do go down, it is nice knowing that it's not going to hurt as much as it would. You're also not going to have an open wound injury. You're less likely to anyway if you have good gear on. So it'll save you a trip to, you know, the ER. Now, some of you may think that, you know, having long pants and a good sturdy jacket is a solution. Well, I'm here to say, if you have denim jeans or dress pants or any type of pant that isn't an abrasion resistant material, this stuff disintegrates almost immediately. It tears really easily. It can get caught on stuff really easily. And it also can melt into your skin very easily. So don't wear blue jeans when you're riding. Have riding pants over top of them. Guys, that's all I'm trying to say with this video. Wear all the gear all the time. Even if you're going 2 minutes down the road, they say most accidents happen within 5 to 15 mile radius of your house. And a majority of the people I know, anytime they've had an accident, it's either been, you know, right down the street from their house, or it's been, you know, a couple minutes up the street when they were coming home. You know, not very far away from their house. So put the gear on. Even if it's for a short trip, even if you're just going to the store to get something quick, or you're just going down to fill up and gas before you go for a long ride, throw all the gear on. It's not that big a deal. It's not that difficult. It's not that hard to put it on. It's not time consuming. I mean, this video here is probably longer than it would take you to get all the proper gear on. So, really guys, if you watch this video the whole way through, you have no excuse not to put that gear on. It doesn't take long, and it's going to keep you protected out there on the road. That's going to do it for this video, guys. If you liked the video, as always, drop a thumbs up. If you want to know anything else about gear or other motorcycle-related items, drop a comment below. Feel free to browse the channel. Again, if there's something else you like on the channel, be sure to give that a thumbs up. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I am Matt. This is Motorworks. Thanks for checking it out. We'll see you in the next video. Can you give me a Red Bull when you're out? No. I'm just kidding, guys. Put the gear on every time. It's not that big a deal. Try it again. Come on. I'm ready for it.
Hey.
Game face. Game face.